Let's talk about self-care. Dawn, your natural hormone balancing specialist here. September is self-care month. And who needs to hear this more than women? And to be balanced, we focus on women. Because when you're caring for yourself, your hormones are going to be more balanced. And when you balance your hormones, you're more likely to care for yourself. So I did a short on this. And one of the biggest things I talked about that will help you feel cared for, right? Feel cared for and self-care is spending time alone. Now, here's the thing. I'm sorry, but women, if they're with their kids, their husband, even their friends or coworkers, they're always going to be nurture, nurture, nurture. And I'm kind of like this too, except minus the kids. I do it to my cats. But there's always that giving out and there's never coming back in. And a lot of women in our age group, 40s and 50s and 60s, don't even know themselves. They haven't even spent enough time alone to be like, what do I even like? Chocolate or vanilla ice cream anymore? I don't even know, because I've given strawberry to my kids for years, right? So we got to do that. So we can't say we love someone unless we spend time with them, right? And I had this one client say once, she said, you know, Dawn, I'm doing the Be Balanced program. I'm listening to my relaxation program every day because that's part of the program. And she goes, that's showing self-love. And I said, what did you mean by that? And she goes, well, when you love someone, you spend time with them. And I'm spending time with myself by doing this. So that really hit hard. I'm like, I knew that, but the way she said it, I loved it. So there's a lot of research. So let me give you some research saying that women that spend time, well, actually women that live alone, okay, women that live alone are happier, they're less depressed, they live longer, they're healthier. So I'm thinking, well, that's great for me because I live alone with my three four-pawed little friends. But a lot of women don't. So I'm not saying kick out your husband. What I am saying is take some time to separate yourself from your family and spend time alone. And hopefully you have a prayer meditation practice every day where you go into meditation and pray and hopefully you have that. But I would add to that like 5 or 10 minutes of just fantasizing, laying back and saying, what am I missing in my life? Where do I want more? Do I want more alone time with my husband? Do I want more alone time? Do I want more time with my girlfriends? Do I want more time to do my art? You know, what is it that I want? What turns me on in life? And get to know yourself and figure some of that stuff out. So that's where the self-care of spending time alone is going to benefit you to help you just understand yourself better. So I hope that makes sense. But that is a key thing, just spending time alone every day, even if it's just a little bit of a carved out time and it be balanced. We always advocate that. We give women aromatherapy and eye pill and have them do relaxation. But this is taking it a step further. And I think it is really important to spend that time away from loved ones so we're not tempted to always give and we can kind of refuel ourselves. Okay. Now the next point goes along with that, and that is sleep alone. Okay. Now, what do I mean by that? I sleep alone all the time, but sleep alone one night a week, or just try it one time and see what happens. Now, Dr. Joe Dispenza, we love him. He was in What the Bleep, and he's a chiropractor. He's done a million things. I'm not even doing him justice. He's written a million books, but he does a lot with quantum physics and basically says when a woman wakes up in her own energy, it's a totally different thing. She hasn't been drained. Because let's say your husband had a fight, or I don't know, there's negativity, or he's really negative today. Now it's coming off of me. The energies mix at night. So just try it one night. I'm not saying to do this all the time, but kings and queens lived in separate rooms and they would beckon each other, and that makes the sex a little hotter too. But anyway, I'm not saying to change everything. I'm saying try it one night. There are benefits to it because obviously if living alone, there's a ton of benefits. Just, obviously sleeping alone one night as far as energetics and vibrational frequency and helping to raise your frequency a little bit and just giving you that space. You also sleep deeper by yourself. There's no one snoring, rolling around, getting up to go to the bathroom. And that includes animals too. I love my cats, but it's like once a week we'll have a cat party in the bedroom, but normally they're not in the bedroom because they can, crawl over your face in the middle of the night or meow or something. So spending time alone, sleeping alone. The other one is self-massage. And whether that's with your hands or a device. And I actually mean massage. I don't mean the other thing. I'm not coding for anything. That's a whole nother video. But what I mean is, a lot of times when a child doesn't feel good, we put our hand on their head or on our stomach, even just laying our hand on a part of our body that is feeling sore. And I just learned this from my myofascial specialist. We'll start to break that down. So let's say my forearm's really sore. Just if I'm watching a comedy or watching TV or something, right? Because I need both hands. Lay that on there. And if you do it for 3 to 5 minutes, it starts to break down the fascia. That's going to help with pain. But there's so many little handheld devices. I have one called the Scalp Hero. It's literally like little fingers, 4 little fingers. and it massages the scalp, which is excellent for hair growth because it increases circulation to the follicles. So that's something that's beautifying for my hair, but also feels good. So, or I can get a little bit of warm oil, massage my hands. There's so many acupoints on your hands and your feet. So even though it doesn't feel the same as a regular massage, it's free and it's something you could do to self-care and the back of your neck. I also believe in breast massage in the shower. That's a whole on the sexual health course that I'm working on now. There's so much to that. So massage is increasing circulation. It makes you feel good, increases dopamine, drops cortisol. So that's another thing. The other thing is skincare on your whole body, right? We stop here. I don't. I've always done stuff to my whole body. Kind of very European. They do saunas, cold, dips in the cold. They do steam rooms. They use oils on themselves. So I like to heat a little bit of oil, more in the wintertime, in a hot thing of water. Usually you have to do a glass bottle. And then my skin's still wet and I rub that warm oil and then put flannel pajamas on and go to bed. Dry brushing is important. Salt scrubs, sugar scrubs, if you're sensitive to salt. I like salt a little bit better, but scrubbing our body, doing those things, lymphatic drainage, just light movement, that can help with circulation in the skin. But taking care of our whole body. I love Epsom salts bath, Dr. Teal's, Teals, Dr. Teal's. Get it right on Amazon. It's everywhere. I love I can't remember the name of it now. It is ginger and clay, and it's a detox. It just smells ridiculous. My whole bathroom smells for like a couple days. So that's good. So any type of self-care for the whole body, taking care of your skin, that's really important. The other thing is setting boundaries with people. So I'm pretty good with this, although it might not be the best thing if I'm in a relationship. I am not a phone talker. I talk all the time during the day. So when I get home, I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody unless you have pause. Okay. So that's a boundary that I have. I'm not a big talker. Now I do let my friends know that if you ever needed me, like really needed, I'll spend 10 hours on the phone because I've done that. 5 hours, I think max I spend on the phone. I will do that. But I'm not just here to chit chat at night. I'll get together for coffee or tea, text me if you need me. So I want to let them know, but that's like kind of a boundary I have. So different people have different boundaries. I'm not going to answer text after a certain time at night or whatever. Having those boundaries show I'm important, I care about myself, and I'm not just going to let my friends do whatever. I remember before the cell phones cell phones just came out and we were still using phones with obviously machines. If young people, if you know what a machine is you get messages on there. Anyway, that's how old I am. But so I remember my friend was like, oh, I got a cell phone. I can't wait till you get one that I can get you all the time. And I'm thinking, no, you're not. Just because I get a cell phone doesn't mean I want to answer it all the time. And then one time I had a business partner. I mean, this is when I was in corporate wellness. I mean, I'm talking in the 90s or whatever. Yeah, early 90s. I had a beeper, and then he would get me if he needed me with the beeper. And I'm thinking, I'm not like a brain surgeon. And that even annoyed me. So I do have this thing. I'll work really hard for everybody, but I want that time to myself. So boundaries are super, super important. It shows people that you're important, and it shows people that they can have boundaries with you, which helps relationships. It just shows that when you spend that time alone, it'll build your self-confidence. It's going to make you a better person anyway. And then they're not even going to care about the boundaries. So all of these things are about self-care. There's so much more. But the biggest thing for self-care is taking care of your hormones. And that's what we do at Be Balanced. So at Be Balanced, we offer free consultations. We'll help you balance your hormones. That's going to help you look and feel your best. And that's one of the biggest gifts you can give to yourself. So go to BeBalanceCenters.com. We offer free consultations. And hopefully self-care won't just last in September. It'll go through the rest of the year. We'll hope to see you at Be Balanced.